Hey everyone, so welcome back to another episode with Coach V, your wealth and alignment coach. So, last episode we talked a little bit about habit looping and how repetition can help you break out of those scarcity loops. So, today we're going to talk about how repetition rewires your reality. Okay. So let's say, for instance, you're one of those people that say, I always work hard. I never get the money for the amount of work that I put out. Well, this episode is going to show you how you have to treat your brain like a muscle. You have to train your brain like you will go to the gym and train your muscle. Okay. So every thought, every belief that you have, it is like a freeway. Okay, you go home every day and you see the same freeway that you've been seeing for years, the same freeway that you have been driving by for years is still there. That is how you should think about your thoughts and your behaviors and your beliefs that are installed in your brain. Okay, the more you walk down that path, the more stronger it is going to become. So think of it like this. Let's say, for instance, you walk home every day. And every day you walk home, you leave a trail in the grass. And every time you walk down that trail, the more clear that trail becomes. That is how the brain works. And that is how scarcity and your beliefs work. Okay. So the brain loves things that are familiar. That's why a lot of people don't like change. It's like, I used to be like that. I used to be one of those people who don't like change. I like to know what I am getting into. I like to know that if I go down this freeway, I know where the potholes are. I know where the speed bumps are. I know where the corner store is. And I know how many people going to be in that corner store. That is how the brain works. The brain loves what is familiar. So if you haven't been having these same scarcity thoughts since you were a child, okay, you've been thinking there is not enough money. You've been thinking that it is hard, like you got to work hard for money. You've been thinking bad thoughts about rich people and people that have money. The brain is going to always love that familiar. You're going to always think those thoughts because you've been thinking those thoughts since childhood, and now it is engraved in your subconscious. So that is why the brain loves repetition. Something being familiar and repetition, it goes hand in hand. So the brain loves repetition. You doing something over and over and over again because it has less work to do. You don't have to think about, oh, what if I'm making a wrong turn, or, oh, I got to think these thoughts. No, it's like when you say your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s. Everybody say they ABCs the same. A, B, C, D. It's because that is how you were trained to think. That is how you were trained to say your ABCs. I don't know anybody who says it different unless you watch Gracie's Corner and you say it a different way, the way that they say it. But again, that is something that is familiar. Okay. So if the brain loves familiar and it loves repetition, it thinks that that is what is important. That is what is important. So just think about it like this. This is why a lot of people result into being doubtful, feeling worry, feeling fear, because those were the thoughts that were engraved in them as a child. You feared rejection. You feared not being seen. You feared being ignored. There is a lot of fear that we have that stops us from doing the things that we are called to do. And it is because those fears were installed in us when we were younger. See, that is why you don't speak up for yourself. That is why you don't go after your goals and your dreams. Because once that fear creeps in, baby, you fold like a bologna sandwich. You fold because your brain is screaming, fear, fear, do not enter. Because it's something that is not familiar to you. So I'm here to tell you that we also have to talk about your R.I.S E, okay? That is your reticular activating system. This is how the brain filters your reality. So that when that fear kicks in, when that worry kicks in, it is because your rise has filtered out to only point that out. So for example, you want to go viral on social media. You want a whole lot of followers. But the minute that you post something and you do not get the reaction that you feel that you deserve, your rise is not going to point out the fact that you showed up for yourself, that you took the opportunity out your day to do something towards your business. No. Since you have those scarcity beliefs and those scarcity mindset, your rise is going to point out, I didn't get no reaction. Nobody followed me. Nobody liked my post. Nobody shared my post. That is what the rise is conditioned to do, because scarcity is a repetitive thought it is a repetitive pattern that you have been taught since childhood. So think about a person that has a scarcity mindset will look at bills as a burden, will look at credit like, oh man, will look at debt, rather than a person that is abundant will look at it as, this is a great opportunity. This is great support. People are supporting me. I am getting gifts. Looking at it from an abundant light. Like, I used to be like that. I used to approach my business. I used to approach it like, yeah, my business, I'm going to sell out. Like, I'm going to go ahead and buy all of this stuff for myself. I'm going to go ahead and do these things because I know that my business is a multi-billion-dollar business. But then that scarcity kicks in. Nobody buys my product. Nobody is sharing my promotion. Nobody is supporting me. But then as I start to plant seeds of abundance within my mind, as I start to rewire my subconscious and my rise to look at things differently, I showed up today. I believed in myself today. People are supporting me just by looking at my page. People are supporting me just by giving me a like. People are supporting me just by reposting. People are supporting me just by saying, great job. This is beautiful. Great job. Keep going. Keep going. So I stopped looking at the amount of money that I didn't get and started looking at the amount of support that I was getting. That is why you have to rewire your mindset towards abundance. Because instead of you pointing out, your brain is poking and pointing out all the things that are wrong within the situation. Your mind, when you start moving it into an abundance mindset, you are going to start spotting out opportunities. You are going to start unlocking doors. Your brain is going to start filtering out opportunities on how to make that possible. That is why not only do I say my affirmation that money flows to me in unexpected and expected ways, my brain starts to look for opportunities on how to make that happen. Rather than saying there's not enough money to go around. Money is limited. There will never be enough money. Your brain is going to start snatching that money from you, to the point where you are going to make that your reality. So I have 3 tools that you can use to start rewiring your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Okay. And I also have an ebook guide. It is called Rise into Leadership. It has tools, rituals, systems, everything you need to rewire your mindset from scarcity to abundance. And I'm telling you, it is changing lives. Okay. It has changed my life to the point where I had to put it in the book. Okay. And sometimes I might go back to that book as a guide and show people, like, this is how you rewire your brain. Okay. So tool number 1 would be affirmation. It is always going to be affirmations. It is always going to be affirmations, because you are used to hearing those negative thoughts and behaviors within your childhood. You have to be the one to rewire that with your own affirmations. It done got to the point now where I don't even write my affirmations down. I let my spirit speak through me. My spirit is telling me what I need to hear. So that is going to be number 1. You got to say your affirmations. Okay. Number 2, this is called scarcity flip. Okay, which means that whatever scarcity thoughts that come in your head, you write them down and you flip it. For example, instead of saying there is not enough money to go around, I don't want to spend any money. The more I spend money going out, I feel less secure because it's not showing in my account. You write that stuff down and then you correct it and says, money flows to me in unexpected and expected ways. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. There is enough money to go around. I am money. So that way, when those scarcity thoughts come about in your mind, you have already reprogrammed it to where when it comes up, you know exactly what to say to rewire your mindset out of that. Okay? The third tip that I want you to do is that I want you to make a miracle journal. I want you to start writing down little miracles that happen throughout your day. So that way you are rewiring your rise to start to appreciate the small things in life, the small abundance that you encounter throughout your life. Whether you find $5 on the ground, you write that down because that is a sign of abundance. Okay. You write it in your journal so that way that you can keep track of the miracles. And that way your rise is going to start switching from scarcity to abundance because you are proving your brain wrong. You are proving that there is abundance around me. I just have not noticed it. I just have not cared to notice because I am wired to have a scarcity mindset. Okay. Another example. Let's say you go to the store and there's a front parking spot right there. It is hot. It's summertime. Okay. Right down, there was a front parking spot waiting on me. That is a sign of abundance. Okay. Someone held the door for me. Someone said good morning. Like little small miracles, little small acts of kindness from humans. Someone gave you a compliment today. You write that down. Because those positive things that are occurring in your life, those are signs of abundance. And so you continue to do those three tools, you will start to see your rise shift from looking for stuff to be scarcity about, to be mad about, to be fearful of. You will start to see more abundance. Wow, this is really wow, I am really blessed. I am really abundant. This stuff has been around me for years and I'm just now realizing it. So I hope this helps you. Again, I do have a ebook guide that walks you right on through it. It breaks down neuroplasticity, how to use it, the tools, the system, the rituals, your rise, how to use it. And all of these things are based on scientific facts, are based on human experiences that I have encountered. All the trauma, all the losses, everything that I have been through. There are real client breakthroughs within that guide, showing you that it is possible. You can be that multi-billionaire. You can be that millionaire. You can wake up and just get paid to exist. But your scarcity mindset has been stopping you for years. You got to think about the stuff that you watch on social media, the TV shows that you watch. You have to be careful of what you put in your gates, what you listen to, what you see, what you speak. You have to guard your gates, baby, because scarcity is waiting right at the door to enter to keep you in that scarcity program. When the abundance is right next door, waiting to give you everything that you desire, only if you want it. So again, this is Coach V, your wealth and alignment coach. I hope that this information plants seeds in your mind, seeds of abundance, seeds of opportunities, seeds of a way out, so that way that you can get the life that you truly, truly deserve. Again, this is Coach V. All my socials are down, linked below. Please feel free to watch me on all of them because I am there. feel free to follow me. If not, if you just want to look again, this is abundance. Okay. You looking, you just liking. That is a sign of abundance for me. So again, thank you all for tuning in. Have a blessed and abundant day. Stay blessed.
1 day, 7 days, all of those things that you see, hey, I changed my life in 7 days, 30 days. It don't take that long.